Donald Trump Jr. has moved on from Kimberly Guilfoyle to Florida socialite Bettina Anderson, but their whirlwind romance has been sparking skepticism from the start. Now, one expert warns of glaring red flags that could threaten their future as a couple. In this day and age, most couples don't need a family's blessing to be together, but it's still nice to have. Sadly, it seems Bettina Anderson hasn't managed to endear herself to Donald Trump Jr.'s family just yet. A source told Mediaite in January 2025, Donald Trump does not approve of his son's association with Bettina. Bettina's presence is seen as a liability rather than an asset. Another insider referenced Bettina's long-established rep as a party girl, adding, family members are particularly worried about the optics surrounding Bettina's reputation. As Susan Trombetti, CEO of Exclusive Matchmaking, told us, this adds up to quite the issue. She has definitely failed to charm the president. When you don't have your dad's approval, it can be a problem. For example, your family may give your love interest the cold shoulder. For instance, Bettina was conspicuously absent from the swearing-in ceremony on Inauguration Day, even though she'd shared photos of an inauguration glam outfit in an Instagram story that morning. She didn't attend the inaugural lunch either, raising speculation she'd been dissuaded from showing up. To be fair, the Trumps weren't necessarily fans of Don Jr.'s ex, Kimberly Guilfoyle, either. In 2024, a source told Radar Online, despite what the Trumps might say in public, they were never fully behind Kimberly. Some of them were even turned off by her.
The best is yet to come!
We've all seen how that story turned out, and it's hard to say whether things will go any better for Bettina. She may need to prove her commitment to the Trumps to get past this red flag. As Trombetti observes, the family needs to rally some support for the relationship. Before their split, Donald Trump Jr. had been with pundit Kimberly Guilfoyle for almost 6 years, but that long commitment didn't stop him from practically sprinting into Bettina Anderson's arms. Trombetti told us Don Jr. didn't take any time to process what went wrong with Kimberly Guilfoyle before moving on. You always need to do that to ensure success in your next relationship. After all, without examining what went wrong, how can you avoid making the same mistakes?
I like to joke on the campaign trail, my big sacrifice for America is having to travel with Kimberly.
Fake news.
Trombetti says the switch was a bit quick, which is putting it kindly. The jumbled timeline between Kimberly and Bettina suggests Don Jr.'s rebound came with an alleged side of infidelity. Don Jr. and Bettina were romantically linked in September 2024 after sharing brunch in Palm Beach, plus a few shamelessly public kisses. As an anonymous source spilled to the Daily Mail, they were definitely on a date. They weren't exactly making out, but the kisses were romantic, and you could tell they were intimate with each other. Another source added, I guess they're not trying to hide it. They've been seen together all over Palm Beach. The problem? Don Jr. didn't confirm his split from Kimberly until that December, months later. Trombetti notes, Don Jr. appeared to jump in quickly with his current love interest after ending things with his former fiancée. That makes things awkward. In this case, the overlapping timelines aren't a good look for Don Jr. or for his ability to maintain healthy relationships. Donald Trump Jr. may be earning some side-eye for how quickly he leaped from Kimberly to Bettina, but he's not the only one moving fast. Both Don Jr. and Bettina seem eager to shift their dynamic from casual dating to full-on coupledom. They've jetted off on several romantic getaways to Italy, the Bahamas, and beyond, and reportedly spend nearly all of their stateside time together. An insider told Page 6 in January 2025, only a month after the couple went public, Don Jr. is essentially living with Bettina at her townhouse. His car is always there. Always. Unfortunately, our matchmaker doesn't think this is a good sign for longevity, saying they are said to be currently living together, so this relationship moved at warp speed. This is always problematic. The quicker to sizzle, the faster it fizzles. To avoid running face first into this red flag, Don Jr. and Bettina might want to pump the brakes and get to know each other better before entwining their lives any further. Then again, maybe it's love at first sight. Stranger things have happened. As Trombetti notes, time will tell. Donald Trump Jr. and Bettina Anderson may still be basking in the honeymoon phase, but lifestyle differences could soon throw some speed bumps into their path. Critically, Bettina's social and political views put her at odds with both her boyfriend's fan base and his family. Trombetti points out, politically, Bettina, although a Republican, isn't quite on the same political page as this family. She is more bipartisan and stands out for her moderate Republican views. She was an advocate for stricter COVID rules and other environmental policies that conflict with President Trump's. In November 2020, Bettina shared a Facebook photo promoting COVID safety. In the shot, she wore a face mask and held a sign reading, "Only you can stop the spread of ignorance," a sentiment contrary to much anti-lockdown MAGA messaging at the time.
Ideally, we won't go to a lockdown. I will not go. This administration will not be going to a lockdown.
Bettina is also a known proponent of green causes and the Black Lives Matter movement, both more closely associated with leftist politics than with Trump's base. That's a lot of outspoken opposition to Trump family politics. Usually, political views aren't necessarily a deal breaker, but the Trumps are figureheads of an entire movement, and their opinions draw plenty of attention. separation. Trombetti notes, media scrutiny and the public spotlight are always a huge pressure for any couple in their position. And if Don Jr. and Bettina aren't careful, that pressure could get the better of them. Among Bettina Anderson's moderate political views, one may be especially relevant for father of 5 Donald Trump Jr., her lack of interest in motherhood and traditional gender roles. She joked in a Facebook post in July 2020, "Every day is Independence Day when you don't have children." Even her Instagram profile proudly declares, "I'm just your typical stay-at-home mom, only I don't do household chores or have a husband or have kids." This all could clash with Don Jr.'s expectations. Several of Bettina's potential in-laws bill themselves as all-American housewives, and she'll eventually have to contend with his 5 kids. Bettina may not want to move fully into a stepmom role, even if things get serious, but she can't just ignore them. Getting past this red flag may take some doing. Step 1, toning down the dissonance between Don Jr.'s conservative views and Bettina's lifestyle. Trombetti explains, "I think at this point, Bettina needs to not make her politics so known. It's not to say that she can't have her thoughts and be her own person, but she definitely shouldn't flaunt it. The two of them should keep a low profile. Let's see if they can make it as a couple for a bit before being so exposed."